other levels of government and sign the bill one pen at a time. And everybody who participated gets a pen and one of our fine Santa Fe coins as a thank you for the part that everybody played in getting us here today. Somebody coming? You have a window?
Is your mic on there?
My mic is good for them, but everybody else in the room, you're gonna have to listen. It's not a broadcast mic, it's a recording. So let me say a few words and then we'll get down to the business of signing this bill. I want everybody to know that this is a ceremony of appreciation and gratitude, first and foremost. This group here and you out there and people who couldn't be here today are responsible for a significant accomplishment that will affect probably 9,000 people who work in the city of Santa Fe. About 20% plus of our workforce will benefit because of what this group was able to do working together, and others who couldn't be here. It's an example of what happens when people work collaboratively and cooperatively in the spirit of community and the spirit of compromise, recognizing that the challenge was substantial, the need is great, and the cause is very important. People came into this project, visited with me and Rod and our team in the mayor's office over months and months and months of discussion and consultation. People were open-minded, people were open-hearted, and they wanted to get to an agreement that would work for everybody. A compromise, admittedly, but an important compromise that both benefited our workforce and also took into consideration the needs of our business community so that it was win-win for everybody. It led to an enormous amount of dialogue and discussion, a great deal of outreach, and a great deal of shaping of the proposal before we got to the point where we had a bill that was well put together and ready to be taken through our governing body process. I want to just mention the roles that some of the people who are here or not here could play. Obviously, the city council members and my colleagues who are standing behind me are critical, important, and great partners in making this happen. The Food Depot, who started the ball rolling and patiently, sometimes patiently, but always in a good way, with a strong sense of values, led the dialogue. Our friends from Chamber and Somos, who were there every step of the way. People who were here working on this project 20 years ago. Our real mayor, sitting in his chair temporarily, who spearheaded this when it wasn't even on the national radar screen, and made something truly historic happen. The hospitality industry, the tourism business, Randy Randall working with our friends who actually drive our tourism economy and getting them to participate and contribute with their ideas, the Restaurant Association, our friends at UNM, both from Beaver and where's Professor White? There he is. He is an outstanding resource, ready at a moment's notice to provide data and analysis and responses to questions. And then the hardworking, problem-solving city staff, the team that is here who are the city's greatest asset, building the data to support the argument, anticipating and answering arguments and questions, doing community outreach that ultimately reached thousands of Santa Fe residents. I think it's the most extensive outreach the city has ever done in terms of bringing people into the conversation and making sure that all parts of Santa Fe were consulted and their ideas given real consequence. And that, although Councilor Chavez couldn't be here, she did offer the idea that took us to the school district, which became a great and important partner in vastly multiplying the number of people who participated in the community survey. And then, of course, we have a small but mighty group of people who do all the drafting and the redrafting. And the redrafting. And the amendments. And more amendments. Phenomenal job, just taking care of the business of making sure the bill read right, was drafted correctly, and did what it said it was supposed to do. And then we've got a great leadership team in the city manager's office, the deputy city manager, and my advisor, Rod Gould. What we ultimately did was to, I think, thread the needle. A proposal that makes a real difference in the lives of thousands of people who work and want to live in Santa Fe while keeping our mom and pop small businesses alive and turning their concerns into an opportunity for growth and even more economic success by advising them and bringing them into what happens next. And I think it's also important to say that this is part of a much larger package, because the goal was never just to increase the living wage. The goal was always to have an impact on who gets to live and work in Santa Fe, and to keep Santa Fe, make sure that the people who are the long-living, long-working, long-contributing members of our community can afford to live here now and into the future with their children and their grandchildren. And this, plus the vote we took on Wednesday for Chapter 14, the victory with the excise tax, the stabilization plan for Hopewell Man, working to move forward with American Penta Phase 3, the Midtown project, the governor's team coming up with a child care package that makes it free for everyone. All of this is part of answering the question, what's the real sense of victory here? And the sense of victory to me is keeping Santa Fe a place that is diverse and welcoming, where people who work here can afford to live here. That's the message of this bill. So with that, I'm going to do what I've seen other people do. I need the real pros of this, the big leaders. We're going to do our version of a signing ceremony, and as I do it, I'm going to ask individuals to step up, get a pen, and get a coin. If you've slipped in and you were invited to be up here and you aren't up here yet, come on up here. I don't know, did Amanda make it? All right, she's on her way. And all right, we're clocking some people who are supposed to be here, and when they get here, we'll get them up here as well. And then we'll get everybody, and then there's some refreshments for a party. I hope we can mingle and discuss and celebrate this day together. So let me start, first of all, with my friend and colleague, Councilor Signe Lindell. Yay. Thank you. I think Sig is running for mayor.
I thought we were friends.
So now I'm also going to give a pen to my dear friend and colleague, Councilor Romero Word. Batting third in this lineup is Jill Dixon, without whom none of this could have happened. Here it is. And her partner in crime, my friend Scott Bunn. Yes! And now, Amanda, we're going to sign a letter for Amanda.
We'll give it to her.
You'll give her this when she gets here. Amanda was absolutely instrumental in those meetings and communications, getting the word out, getting people involved. Give her a big thank you for Amanda. This goes to the chain Waybreaker team, thank you for all your hard work. And the next is our good friends from Somos. I also, David, want to give this to you for your years of effort and your institutional knowledge and your guidance and your support. Thank you so very much. And Mr. Durdak, he gets a big thank you. Paul Durdak couldn't be here today, but he was absolutely part of the team and part of the historical group that made it all happen. I also want to give a pin in absentia to Lutz Arnold from Indiana And maybe Randy, you can be our carrier pigeon on this. When we needed somebody from the community of hospitality, tourism, Lutz stepped up and said, how can I help? I'll be your I'll provide data from the other hotels. I'll give you information that will help you shape what's workable for us and what's good for the workforce. He is truly a guy who gets it, how win-win really works in the business community. I want to thank Professor Riley White for bringing them down to Whenever we would get questions or concerns or late night, what do we say about this problem? This gentleman was there, burning the midnight oil and coming up with solutions, and really important. Thank you for all your help. I also want to acknowledge that we couldn't do it without our amazing city manager, Mark Scott. Really, somebody who has seen and done this before and knows how it works and helps us all stay on track. As well as Rod Gould, my advisor. Every time there was a meeting in the mayor's office to talk about how to shape this and what would work and what wouldn't work, Rod was there taking notes, bringing in the data, and thank you so much for making that happen. Let's see, next, well, Lisa Montgomery. The presentations that made all this go were her doing. The argument, the slide decks, the presentation, the facility to explain why we were doing what we were doing, to frame it, that's you. And thank you so much for doing that. And of course, nothing happens if it doesn't pass legal muster. There it is. Joanna Nelson, come on down. If you want to know who answered the call when we were trying to make sure that small businesses were consulted, their future was brought into play, that they could get a benefit from all of that, that was your work. And then we mentioned the drafting part of it.
Whoa!
I have never seen somebody take so much pleasure out of figure out what we were trying to do and turn it into workable language. It's a gift. And we have Andrea Salazar to thank for all of this. You did good. But you can't do it without the clerk. And you can't do it without the deputy city manager. You just kept everything going. Thank you. And that are here, but all of you deserve a great big round of applause. We've already heard from one news outlet in New York. I know that, Tomas, you mentioned there were some other folks who might be interested. At a time when the whole country is grappling with an affordability crisis, how do we keep cities livable and inclusive and diverse? Santa Fe is once again leading the way, as it did 20 years ago. So, thank you, everybody. That completes our ceremony. Please come on up and have some.
Can we have a round of applause for our mayor?
Our amazing team has put together some goodies over here, non-alcoholic, and some Disco Cheetos, and a chance for everybody to celebrate and mingle, talk among ourselves, and talk about where we go next. Thank you, everybody.
Very nice.
How are you, David?